In today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I personally chose to focus on building a storefront window cleaning route rather than focusing my business on acquiring residential clients. I'm going to give you 5 specific reasons why me personally, I like storefront window cleaning over residential. Now, mind you, I have done both. I do storefront and I still do residential here and there, but I choose to focus on storefront. Now let's get into the reasons. So reason number 1 is higher frequency recurring income. Storefront window cleaning is a high frequency recurring income business if you frame it properly. For example, I have a restaurant client that pays me $240 every 2 weeks. So in a month, that's $480 a month in revenue from this one client. In a year, that's $5,760 a year from this one client. If you compare that to a residential home, average home might be $350, $450. Average house, you're probably gonna clean once, maybe twice a year. More than twice a year, probably not very likely. So what is that? That's $700 to $800 a year from one residential client versus one restaurant client on a recurring basis every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, is $5,760. So that is a huge difference in business revenue between the two. And another thing is that frequency essentially creates stability in your business. You have money coming in every 2 weeks, every month. So you stabilize your income. Your income becomes predictable and stable, which is very important for a business. Because you have money coming in every 6 months, it's harder to stabilize your income. So that is one of the main reasons why I prefer storefront cleaning over residential. Now, reason number 2, storefronts are easier to sell to. So with storefront window cleaning, how I have built my route is doing in-person walking and pitching. I walk into a business, I identify a decision maker, I give them my pitch, I leave them a flyer, and I do that a lot, especially when I started my business. I was doing this many, many, many times. And really anybody could do this. It's a straightforward process. You just need to know what to do and just do it. You need to have courage. That's another thing. A reason why maybe some people won't get into storefront is they don't want to sell. They don't want to walk into a business. They don't want to pitch themselves. They don't want to put themselves in a situation that might make them uncomfortable. Well, it's not that hard, honestly. Now, with residential cleaning, I have done door-to-door knocking for residential houses. I have done door hangers. Let me tell you, you can get work like that, but it's selling people residential window cleaning through door-to-door is very, very difficult. It's not easy. It's tough. It's way harder than storefront window cleaning because when you go to people's houses, they're always a bit resistant. They're always suspicious. They're not in the mood to buy, is what I found. And you can sell. There's people that do it, but it's just really hard. While a storefront business, businesses expect people to come in. They expect them to, there's a manager there, there's a decision maker there, there's an owner there. So it's easier to get access to them, give your pitch. Another thing, businesses need cleaning of the premises, of the windows. Why? Because the presentation, the cleanliness of the business is a pretty big factor in the reputation of the business. So if you come in, you present, you let them know who you are, that you can solve that problem for them. You're a service provider that can take care of that. The chances of them choosing you as a service provider go up. So this is coming from someone who has approached hundreds, if not probably just under 1,000 businesses. It's much easier to approach businesses than residential homes for pitching, for selling. I'm telling you, it's way easier. The probabilities of landing storefronts, businesses, the clients is much higher. So that's the second reason why I prefer storefront clients. Storefront jobs are much easier to acquire than residential clients. Okay, so reason number 3 is that storefronts give me more flexibility. Now, When I do when I do residential jobs, usually I'm at the house for half a day to a full day. It takes a long time. I don't understand, unless you have a team or like a water fed pole. I don't get how these people online say they do 2, 3 houses in a day. I don't know how they're doing that, especially if you're doing a full cleaning, inside, outside, the screens, the tracks. I'm pretty quick, and it still takes me a long time to clean a house. Now, most houses I clean are 2 stories. They're bigger houses, but it takes a long time. And you have to, like, you're committed to being there all day. Mind you, the tickets for residential are higher. You're going to make more money from doing a residential job on average, than a storefront job. But the thing with storefront window cleaning is I can bust out 3 to 6 jobs in, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, probably even sooner, depending on the job. And I also have flexibility. I can do one job, I can take a break, go get a coffee, go get some food, go do the other job, and then go do the other job, and then maybe chill for 30 minutes to 40 minutes to an hour, and then do the other job. So there's a lot more flexibility in my day to go about doing the work how I want, as long as I communicate properly and clearly to my client about when I'm going to be there. I can organize my schedule in a way that I can do jobs and still have this flexibility in between jobs, so my day is not so hectic. I can move things around. I value that a lot because I like to enjoy my days. I like to go about doing my work not always in a rush, even though that happens sometimes, obviously. But I like to, go grab a coffee, chill for a little bit, go get some food, chill for a little bit, maybe go meet up with a friend for a little bit or something. I like to go to the beach. All these things, my schedule is very flexible, so I can move things around and I could do other things besides just work. So, but again, this is only if you properly organize your route and you properly communicate to your client about when you're going to show up. And you also want to make sure that you are showing up at good times for your client. You don't want to show up, say, at a restaurant job when they're open peak hours. No, obviously you're going to want to get there earlier. You're going to want to organize your route in a way that is beneficial for yourself and your clients. So that's something that you got to figure out. So overall, reason number 3, storefront window cleaning gives me much more control of when and how I choose to go about doing my work. Okay, now reason number 4, storefront accounts can compound. So landing one storefront account can mean much more than just landing that one account. Now, I've acquired businesses as clients. For example, a restaurant chain. One account I landed, but that led to me being referred to a second location and then eventually being referred to a third location. So those 3 location accounts is now worth over $1,240 a month in recurring income from 3 accounts, simply from doing that one walk-in pitch. And this has happened through multiple businesses. It has happened through dentist office clients of mine, restaurant clients of mine, where I do one job, that owner or manager knows other locations and they refer me, or they own other locations and they just add me to take care of them as well, add their other businesses on the route. So storefront window cleaning, if you do a great job, you do it well, you can grow your route quite significantly from just doing good work, being reliable, being professional, being personable. Your reputation will begin to compound, and your route will begin to compound. So that is another reason why I prefer storefront window cleaning, is that the route can just begin to grow or on its own, as long as you're providing good quality work and you are a personable person. So that's reason number 4. Reason number 5, storefront window cleaning is easier for beginners. Now, not easy, but easier. So storefront window cleaning is one of the most accessible services that anybody can do. Why? Because you only need a few simple things. You need the basic window cleaning equipment. You need a vehicle, obviously. You need, well, this is not necessarily a need, but this is a bonus, business cards and flyers. Why? Because you want to give something to a prospect so they can call you back. And most importantly, you need the willingness to walk into businesses and talk to business owners and managers and give your pitch. That is the main thing. But the thing is, with those things, they're very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on expensive equipment, on a marketing budget, on expensive licenses and permits. You don't need those things. You only need very simple things that cost very cheaply. And again, the hardest thing for people when getting started is probably going to be dealing with rejection, handling rejection, and getting over the discomfort of walking into businesses and giving your pitch. That's probably the hardest thing. And even that, I have a simple process for, so that you can overcome that and begin to grow, begin to acquire these accounts, because it's really not that hard. You're just walking in, you're saying some words, you're getting them to agree, and then you're doing that over and over and over again. It's not that hard. So people make it bigger than it actually is. It's not a big problem. I can teach you exactly how to do that. I have the Storefront Window Cleaning Blueprint. I teach you everything step by step. That's down in the description and pinned comment. So anyway, your biggest advantage as a beginner is your willingness to just put yourself out there and make it happen. To put yourself in front of business owners and to do that over and over and over again, and to provide good work. That's your biggest advantage, because most people don't want to do that. People don't want to get out there and put themselves out there. But the ones that do, you can build a route in your city. As long as you're in a suburban, or not even suburban, but just like a city area where there's businesses around you, you can build this business as either a side hustle just to make an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, or a business, and you can grow it even more than that. So it is very doable. You can definitely do this. If I can do this, anybody could do this. So those are the 5 main reasons why I prefer storefront window cleaning over residential window cleaning. And not that storefront window cleaning doesn't have flaws, because it does. It's lower ticket. You have to drive more. Sometimes you have cheap customers. Sometimes there's going to be churn. That's the reality of it. But personally, the cons for residential for me are more annoying, because another thing I didn't point out about residential is that residential jobs can be very stressful. Going into people's homes, living spaces, bedrooms, taking out the screens, being in their house. For me, it's more stressful and it's more tedious. While storefront cleaning is very straightforward. You're cleaning the glass and the frames. You get in, you get out. It's nobody's living space, and it's much more chill. It's much more easygoing. You're in someone's living space. It's a bit more stressful, trust me. So overall, these are the reasons why I prefer storefront window cleaning, and why I continue to focus on storefront cleaning as the main focus of my business. So if you are curious about starting your own business, your own side hustle, you want to make money independently, and you're interested in storefront window cleaning, this is a great business for beginners into entrepreneurship can do. If you live in a city area, this is accessible. This is something that you can do. So I have the storefront window cleaning blueprint. That is my step-by-step process, from the mindset you need to have, how to prepare yourself, how to pitch businesses, how to handle objections, how to set up your route, how to clean, how to get recurring work. Everything that I know to build out my route to what it is now, to about 40 recurring clients, in the blueprint. So if you want a laid out step-by-step system process that you can follow to do just that in your city, go check that out. That's going to be in the description as well as the pinned comment. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you found value in the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, so I guess I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out. Take care.